Ethereum seems to get rejected from the 50% retracement at $1,926, and it is a very clear three-wave move to the upside into resistance. Very similar to what we saw after the low in February, very similar to what we saw after the low in November. And if you look at what Ethereum did, it moved up roughly, well, 30%, pretty much exactly 30%. That's also in line with what Ethereum did in the first three-wave move up into the March highs, 36%. And then after the November lows, that was also roughly 30%. Ethereum apparently likes to rally 30% in this bear market, and the Fibonacci resistance area is currently being respected here. This is our zone that we defined for Q3, $1,815 to $2,226 as resistance. So nothing unusual. I mean, the idea was that in the white scenario, which we're tracking as primary scenario, the price should rally correctively. July is often a bullish month in a bear market year. And so it's not a surprise that Ethereum really rallied into that resistance area, but it's also not exactly, it's not in any way unusual. It's also not in any way a trend reversal signal. The market, even in a bear market, the market has to breathe in, breathe out. So movements to the upside tend to look like bear flags or bearish channels or three-wave movements. And then soon, Ethereum should continue the move to the downside, which could then represent a third wave decline. Then we can get a wave 4 and a wave 5, potentially even to $1,000 or so, which is the very first main support level on the chart. Roughly $1,000. That's the 38.2 retracement level on the chart. And that's the larger degree one. So we have resistance, which is defined. The 1-2 set up to the downside should ideally stay within resistance. Soon, possibly early August or maybe even end of July, we should see a decline in a third wave, which should take the price below the previous swing lows from June. Here we have support around $1,500 to $1,550. And then also below the April 2025 low at $1,400. And below 1,400, we then have the $1,000 level. There isn't much more as support. I mean, it's 1,400 and then 1,000. And this is what we're tracking right now until the market actually gives me a proper 5-wave move up above resistance. The pressure is down. The short-term bullish interpretation does include the formation of a wider ABC move to the upside, as shown in blue. But this would simply extend this current correction a little higher into resistance. It will likely only be a 3-wave move as well. A wider wave 2 can do that. It doesn't change anything. It simply leads to a bit more upside. But honestly, over the last week or so, nothing changed here on the chart. But we best take a look at the microstructures to understand what the nearest support and resistance levels are. Okay, and so before we take a look at the shorter time frame, please remember that you can also follow us on X for a lot of additional updates, elite wave updates, cycle overviews, news, and much more. You can find the name here on the screen. It's the More Crypto Online channel, the one with the golden check mark. There are also many exclusive videos that are published here and much more. Now let us also now navigate to the smaller time frame. The short-term chart for Ethereum. And this has actually developed nicely since yesterday's update. The market dropped a little bit lower. We already saw yesterday that we might have a top there in the blue B wave. So the smaller time frame allows for the interpretation that we at least have a local top and that we're moving down. And again, it's actually a very similar wave count like the Solana count. If you watch the video, then you know that Solana might also be in a B wave pullback. The blue scenario here on the Ethereum chart suggests that this B wave pullback could take the price in a corrective move down into the area between $1,588 and $1,763. Looking at the microstructures, the direct pressure is down as long as the market continues to respect this resistance area that we have here on the chart. It's between $1,893 and $1,935. Against this resistance area, the pressure is down, and only a break above it would indicate upside continuation as per the white scenario. That means you have support levels, resistance, and the next objective for the bears is a break below micro resistance, the structural resistance level, support. I mean support at 1,842, and then the last swing low before at $1,801. So at the moment, it's preferred that at least a local top has formed and that pressure remains down as we are below resistance. And yeah, to really break free to the upside, it requires a break above $1,935, $1,935 from here. We also have something that looks like a 5-wave decline from the 22nd of July high, which means it's entirely possible the C-wave decline in blue has started to complete the larger B wave, and the blue count therefore seems to be leading. So, and that's the update on Ethereum. I hope it was helpful. If you're interested in additional updates, feel free to check out our membership. As a gold member, you get a lot of additional updates on Discord and our Discord feed. You can also get updates through our terminal, where we are running a lot of different indicators, and we're offering a lot of tools. Plus, you can participate here in the Academy, which is a learning platform which we are currently building, where you can go through a path, learning pathways. It tells you which articles to go through first. There are video tutorials, video and Elliott Wave course, a risk management course, interactive studies, and much more to check out. So feel free to join. There's a link in the comment section with a 50% discount for your first month, so you can check it all out. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.